My name is Alice Robinson. I'm a physical therapist assistant, and today we're going to talk about how to use a sliding board for transfers. So the two things that you absolutely need for a sliding board transfer: sliding board and a gait belt. You got those two things, you're ready to go. It's much easier to transfer with the sliding board if you're going with the patient from a higher surface to a lower surface. It can be done on equal surfaces, and it can be done when where you're transferring to is higher from where you're transferring from. It's just a little more difficult. So to make it easier, and when this is all new, the best thing to do is to make sure that you're transferring from a higher surface to a lower surface whenever. Okay, so the steps to performing a successful sliding board transfer. I've already taken the leg rest off of his wheelchair. We want to position the wheelchair so that it's at an angle. You don't want to be straight, parallel with the surface. You want to be at a little bit of an angle. Of course, the brakes have to be locked, and you want to remove the armrest that's in between the patient and the surface that you're transferring to. So we're going to take that off. I'm going to angle him a little more now that the armrest is gone, so that this just makes him closer to the surface and makes an easier transfer. So sliding boards usually have a sloped surface, so you want to make sure that this side is up. It has a little bit of a ramp to it, like this. Now I'm going to have him unweight the side that I want to slide the sliding board under. Now, if you'll see, this is pretty close to level. We're actually going to be going uphill a little bit. So this is the most difficult of any sliding board transfers, what I'm going to be showing right now. So you want to make sure that the patient is always reaching as far as he can away towards the side you want to transfer to. Got his gait belt on for safety. My instruction to him is never lean back. He always wants to be leaning forward. If he leans back during the transfer, he could slide off the board, which would be bad. So a lot of sliding boards have holes in them, and they all have an edge. So we want to make sure that his fingers are not in the holes or wrapped around the edge of the board, because when he moves, it'll squish his fingers. So his hand's in a perfect position right now. He's going to use his other hand to help me push. He's going to push away from the wheelchair, and we're going to go together. So again, my instruction to him: help me push, and do not lean backward, lean forward into me. Now, we're not going to go in one big motion. It may take 3 or 4 to get there, but that's okay, as long as the board stays under him, everybody stays calm, and he's listening to my instructions. Okay? All right, we ready, Wayne? We're going to go on 3. 1, 2, 3, push. Good. And I'm going to move my feet a little bit so I'm closer to him. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now you see, he's moving his hands. He's helping me push. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now he's on the surface, but we want to be a little straighter. So, you're okay. Lean forward. My instruction to him now: put his hand. Yep. And we're going to push again. Lean forward. 1, 2. And there we go. Okay, so the last step here is to just remove the sliding board from underneath of him. Okay, so now we have completed a sliding board transfer. If you are at all, even a little bit unsure, always make sure that there's two people, somebody behind the patient during the transfer, someone in front of the patient during the transfer. One person gives the instructions, and when the patient's more comfortable, when you're more comfortable, then you can do it solo. My name is Alice Robinson. I'm a physical therapist assistant, and today we're going to talk about how to use a sliding board for transfers. So the two things that you absolutely need for a sliding board transfer: sliding board and a gait belt. You got those two things, you're ready to go.